Drugs, a gun, and a stolen SUV land two suspects in jail.
But police discovered something else in that same drug bust that could affect people all across the state.
Eyewitness News reporter Vanessa Croix is in Pleasanton tonight with a concerning crime trend that could impact you and your mailbox.
Well, authorities had been investigating these people for a few days, but when they searched their RV on Sunday night, they not only found drugs and a gun, but hundreds of pieces of stolen mail. And the police chief told us today the mail comes from all over Texas, including San Antonio. Pleasanton police busted two alleged meth dealers on Sunday, but what they discovered inside their RV was much more than drugs.
They'll drive around all day, pillaging through your mailbox.
Police found several hundred pieces of mail from all over Texas.
It's a common trait amongst methamphetamine addicts nowadays, is to steal mail. They're looking for identification, any type of identification information. They're looking for checks.
Along with the stolen mail, police found a handgun, a stolen Chevy Tahoe, and 11 grams of meth. Authorities arrested Jose Luis Benavides and Jamie Martinez for the crimes. We talked to neighbors who said drugs are rampant in the area, but most were too afraid to speak on camera for fear of retaliation.
There's people that are taking over this community, and then society's just so scared to even speak. But I'm not scared.
Chief Sanchez said the problem with meth isn't just happening in big cities.
Unfortunately, small town America is slowly fading away as we're facing every day a steady inflow of narcotics.
And he has a message for drug dealers trying to set up shop in his town.
It might take us a while, but we're going to get you.
Chief Sanchez said the investigation is still ongoing. In fact, they expect to make more arrests in the case. Meanwhile, they're working with the U.S. Postal Inspectors to get all that mail returned, and he told me that the Secret Service may also get involved. Reporting in Pleasanton, Vanessa Croix, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.